Alrighty. After a 7-day work week, I'm finally done. And now it's time to get back to normal business around here. And starting off, I'm going to try something that I've never tried before. Granted, most of my let's tries are things I haven't had before, but this, it feels special in a way that other things aren't. Like, the Good Burger 2 meal. The Big Game Burger. I've never had an elk burger before, but I had one when it came out. This, though, I've been avoiding this most of my life. It was only after I started doing this all that I decided to try it. Because here's the thing. I'll do a processed beef patty. But processed pork patty, I don't know. However, it is time to pay the piper. Without further ado, welcome to yet another Let's Try. And today on the docket, McDonald's, I'm loving it. And yes, it's true, we have it. We have the one, the only. Well, they gave me. I'm sorry. The McRib. Pickles, onions, and barbecue sauce. All on a absolutely doused processed pork patty. Interesting bun. It's got some, looks like cornmeal maybe on it. No, I think it's a seed. It's not sesame seeds, so that's too small. I'll have to look into that later. And yes, I'm even trying it as is for you, my beloved public. Reminds me of the school lunch, pork patties, pork rib patties. You know, the ones that they would that came frozen and then they would reheat by basically just boiling it in the sauce. I think that's called braising. I don't know. Anyway, my first try of a McRib. I had to wait. I waited 30 years, but I'm finally trying it. Remember when I said that their barbecue sauce was my lowest ranking of their sauces? Like, I'd rather dip their McNuggets and fries in ketchup than their barbecue sauce. Just keep that in mind as I eat this. Huh. That's it. I was expecting it to either taste miserable or fantastic. It's kind of just a nice in between. I will say I am surprised that it is processed, but you can actually see some actual strips of meat in there. So it's not totally processed. It's just compressed together. Similar to I think it's Steakums does that, where it's basically a brick of shredded beef, and it's good for making Philly cheeses with and stuff. I got a piece of onion stuck in my throat. Anyway, we shall continue. Although it does have a lot of that frozen burger that has been on a gas station heat lamp shelf all day energy to it with like the texture. It's weird how there are people who worship this sandwich. Like, it says something when I, who put garbage in my body all the time, I think like the McRib is a step too far. Some things mankind was not meant to know. I will say, ironically, there's simultaneously too much sauce and yet not enough sauce. Like, there's so much meat in this that it's actually a little dry on the inside. Which, I might actually prefer this if it were a thinner patty. Like if you shrank a little bit, basically made it like a Salisbury steak. Okay. So, thoughts. It's not as bad as I thought. It's not as good as people say. It's a McDonald's item. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's high quality fast food, but mid quality restaurant food. Well, I mean, like, how about this? It's high quality fast food, but it's mid quality gas station food because, like, that's basically just like a rib sandwich you'd get, or barbecue sandwich that you'd get from like a Come and Go or not a Casey's maybe, but a Come and Go or a Quick Trip maybe. I don't know. Like it's in the middle section. On the high end you have like Buc-ee's with their brisket, and then on the low end you have, I don't know, Phillips 66. Like, what's a really bad gas station? People always love talking about great gas stations. Like how Buc-ee's has brisket being pulled right in front of you, and then, I think Wawa's or something in the Northeast. But no. Tell me what the worst gas station is. Like, what is the most consistently terrible chain you've ever been to? Let's get a little negativity up in here. Now, of course, logically, I should be done. My punishment should be over. We've got a bit of a track record on this channel. I got two. This one I got only sauce because I figured, like, well, maybe I won't be able to taste the barbecue through the onions and pickles. Surprisingly, I was able to. Despite the fact that I don't like onions and pickles, I was able to taste the barbecue sandwich fine through it. Actually, without the onions and pickles, it's a lot sweeter. Which is strange because, like, I didn't think the barbecue sauce that was with their McNuggets was that sweet. Maybe they do use a different sauce. This is kind of like a less spicy Sweet Baby Ray's. Which, Sweet Baby Ray's isn't spicy per se, but it does have kind of a build to it. Then again, I'm the kind of person who eats. I know that because I would like my grandma Nancy. Hi, Grandma, I love you. Would make noodles and crumbs, which is just plain noodles with breadcrumbs in them, and that was a side dish that'd be at all the dinners she cooked. Which, I mean, she tried to also offer healthier options like salad, but well, sorry, Grandma. Anyway, I would eat her leftover noodles and crumbs. I would nuke them, and then I'd pour Sweet Baby Ray's on it, and I'd just mix it up, and it'd be barbecue spaghetti. Which sounds disgusting, and it is disgusting, but I liked it. Anyway, so this is just a very sweet barbecue sauce. On a surprisingly decent rib sandwich. Now that I'm tasting without pickles and onions, a lot more flavors are coming through that are making it taste a lot better. Like there's some fattiness to it, there's some porkness to it that wasn't there before. Oh, this is actual fat. Huh. I'll be darned. Maybe this one's just fresher. Like the other one been sitting in the goo all day. This one they just heated up and popped in because like the McRib, it's a drawer. It's a hot drawer full of sauce that they just leave the things in. Not hot sauce, heated barbecue sauce. That was actually okay. I see why it's so popular now. If you like that a lot, and it's only available a couple times a year, and like, I'm not immune to the seasonal items. I get at least 4 or 5 Shamrock Shakes every March. Anyway, speaking of seasonal items, I thought I'd sneak a little showcase of a personal favorite of mine on the back end here. The McDonald's Holiday Pie. A vanilla pudding flavored, or vanilla cream, I guess, flavored pie with little sprinkles on it. It's got a lovely fluffy custard. It's got a delightful sugar cookie-esque pie crust with sugar and sprinkles baked into it. Oh, hundreds and thousands if you live in England. Or Jimmy's if you're annoying. It's just it's just a perfect baked good. And like, yeah, I know. Oh, McDonald's doesn't really bake it. They just reheat it or whatever. I don't care. It tastes fresh baked. Because I'm a simpleton. I grew up on cheddar cheesecake and ooh, that's so crispy. I grew up on cheddar cheesecake and all these other like hacked versions of food, like dump cakes and canned pumpkin pie. And like, yes, I know technically, I know statistically speaking, canned pumpkin tastes the exact same as handmade pumpkin. But I'm just saying, like, we've grown up in this age of convenience. So even though it's not technically fresh baked, it tastes good. And to me, that could equate to fresh baked. Anyway, I've worked 7 days in a row. I've got videos to film in the morning. I'm going to bed. You all have a good night. This is Royce Miller. I'm outie.